First, I'd like to say peace to the gods. Welcome to Truth Tuesday with your host, Akeem L.
He knows more than you can imagine.
The truth. Well, the truth is, you got to get yourself together. The truth. The truth is, you got to get your mind right. The truth. The truth is, you got to get your paperwork in order. The truth is, hindsight radio. I'm listening, but are they listening? Hindsight radio. What you talking about? Okay. What about Tuesday? Yo, Akeem, pick me up. Yo, turn that on, son.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you'll be able to listen to the show.
That's live. Hindsight radio. The truth is Tuesday. With your host, Akeem L. The truth.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Truth Tuesday show with your host, Akeem L, here on Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. We definitely are making a difference here. People are calling with their successes, setting up their trust, dealing with their issues, whether it be spiritual or legal, things like that, The coaching from the Hindsight crew is definitely helping. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing great, always. Even when things look like they're not going good, it's always going great for me because the universe is always working in our favor. It's always working for you. So if you want to see the positive results, you have to think positive. You have to remain focused on positivity. Stay out of the fray of all of the narratives that they're pumping to you on the news. They want to show you all of the racial injustices and things like that. And, not to minimize any of that stuff that goes on. We know that stuff goes on. We know it's negative. If you watch it, it will trigger you and make you angry. And if you get angry, you're going to be in a negative state of mind. And that is going to hinder you from getting your prosperity. See, and that's the goal. Keep painting negative pictures of these cops doing, wrong things towards people. They've been doing this stuff for years. There's a select cops out there that are, gung-ho on exerting their authority on people and being highly aggressive. But when you watch that stuff, it really, I know when I watch it, I get irritated because this stuff is uncalled for. It's not even necessary. They're escalating the situation into something it doesn't have to be. Someone who's just trying to be, go on about their business. But the media will take stuff like that and they will pump it to you. And I know, so we need to shine a light on it. No, we need to do something about it. Obviously, our justice system is not concerned that much with it. They, every now and then they'll do something. But we as a people have to do something about it. We have to educate ourselves properly in how we handle these things. And today's show is about education, how we've been miseducated, we've been misled. I'm going to show you some stuff that's been in your face all your life. And you just never really thought about it because no one took the time to educate you, to show you about places you visited and just saw the buildings there. And you just, those, they're just old buildings. Not really digging into the history of that building and how it got there. So yeah, but back to being positive. Today is the 13th of April, and I got my book out. I got my prosperity book that I write down for people who want good things to happen to them. So if you want to get in this book, and when I do my meditations, I add whoever gets in this book, I add it to my meditation, so we, whatever two who touch and agree, there, he will be the God in you will work for you. What I want to discuss. Yeah, I told you I got a webinar coming up in May. I haven't picked the date. I'm waiting for I already know what I want to teach, but the date is the issue. I haven't been motivated or pushed to pick a date yet. Something is coming. Something is that I need, that if I put the date out there, I might have to readjust it. So right now, it's coming in May for sure. I know that much, but the date is a question. All right. Like I said before, if you want good things to happen to you, you must always be thinking positive. You must make it a religion to think positive. You must make it your mission, your one goal, to be positive about what you want, and always speak as if you already have it. You want the car, you want the house, you want the good relationship, whatever it is, the garden you're planning, whatever it is, you have to think of it as you already have it. Okay. What else? I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm just gonna get into it because I'm not gonna do a whole lot of preaching tonight. I need y'all to see some stuff. So let's share the screen. All right. And I'm gonna start off with the Prussian education system, right? Because before I get into this stuff, I gotta set it up for you guys so y'all can see something, right? This is the Prussian education system. And if you didn't know it, that is the system that is being used in your public school systems today. Prussia, old Germany. Yes. The Nazi, Hitler. Yes. This is where this system originated from. Prussian, education system. So the Prussian education system refers to the system of education established in Prussia as a result of educational reforms in the late 18th and early 19th century. I speak on this because this time connects to what I'm going to show you with, some things that was happening like around 1890, things that were going on in all of this restructuring of education. So The Prussian education system was introduced as a basic concept in the late 18th century and was significantly enhanced after Prussia's defeat in the early stages of Napoleonic wars. So let's click on Prussia. What is Prussia? What is that? Prussia was historically prominent German state that originated in 1525 with duchy centered on the region of Prussia. So there you go. You could go here. I'm reading straight from Wikipedia here. So let's go back. All right. The Prussian educational reforms inspired other countries and remains important as a biopower in the Foucaultian sense of nation building. So they use this system to build nations. So basically, this system is designed to teach children at a very early age to support and follow what the government tells them. That's really what's going on. The term itself is not used in German literature, which refers to primary aspects of Boltian education ideal, respectively, as the Prussian reforms. However, the basic concept remains fruitful and has led to various debates and controversy. 21st century primary and secondary education in Germany and beyond still embodies the legacy of the Prussian education system. So, origin. The basic foundations of generic Prussian primary education system was laid out by Frederick the Great with his General Land. Man, that's General and Sure. I can't pronounce that. A decree of 1763, which was written by Johann Julius Hecker. Hecker was already before in 1748 founded the first teachers' seminary in Prussia. His concept of providing teachers with the means to cultivate mulberries for homespun silk, which was one of Frederick's favorite projects, found the king's favor. It expanded the existing schooling system significantly and required that all young citizens, both girls and boys, be educated by mainly municipality-funded schools from the age of 5 to 13 or 14. Prussia was among the first countries in the world to introduce tax-funded and generally compulsory primary education. In comparison, in France and Great Britain, compulsory schooling was not successfully enacted until 1880s. Now, what they're talking about, there was a cultivate mulberries for homespun silk. So basically, it was a factory. They was teaching. It was a factory educational system where you take children all of the same age, put them in one grade, and teach them all the same thing at the same time. Now, they do realize that some children will just obey and follow the rules, and they get treated well, right, in the school system. Then you have the mediocre ones that'll, they do okay. And then you have the really ones that just ain't cutting it. They're not listening. They're not following rules. So they have places for those. They have the ones that are the obeyers, the ones that follow the rules will get the good jobs in society, right? If they go on to college or whatever. And the ones that just okay, they get to be the underlings of the people with the good job that's managing those companies. But the educational system, especially as we know it today, is not designed for you to be an entrepreneur, for you to run your own business, for you to be prosperous. So this prosperity teaching that I'm giving y'all does not work with the public education system. They go against each other. Because in order to be an entrepreneur, in order to be a business owner, you have to think outside of the box. You got to go against conventional wisdom. The reason why a lot of us are in the situation that we are, because we are stuck on conventional wisdom or the wisdom of the many instead of the wisdom of the few. You see? So I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but let me go down. Let me click on United States because that's where it applies to us. Early 19th century American educators was also fascinated by German educational trends in 1818. John Griscom gave a favorable report of Prussian education. English translations were made of French philosopher Victor Cousin's work, Report on the State of Public Education in Prussia. Calvin E. Stowe, Henry Bernard, Horace Mann, we all know who that guy is, George Bancroft, and Joseph Cogswell all had vigorous interest in German education. The Prussian approach was used for the example in the Michigan Constitution of 1835, which fully embraced the Prussian system by introducing a range of primary schools, secondary schools, and University of Michigan itself, all administered by the state and supported with tax-based funding. However, the concepts in Prussian reforms of primordial education, Bildung, and its close interaction of education, society, and nation building are in conflict with some aspects of American state sceptical libertarian thinking. In 1843, Mann traveled to Germany to investigate how the educational process worked. Upon his return to the United States, he incorporated his experiences in his advocacy for the common school movement in Massachusetts. Mann persuaded the fellow modernizers, especially those in the Whig Party. We know who the Whig Party is, right? The Whig Party was the party that let's just highlight it. The Whig Party. The Whig Party was a political party active in the middle of 19th century in the United States, alongside the slightly larger Democratic Party. It was one of the two major parties in the United States between the late 1830s and early 1850s as part of the second party system. All right. So, but that party in the Democratic Party, along with the Ku Klux Klan, is what changed this country forever to what we are dealing with today, which made you U.S. citizens or took your ancestors off their proper status into U.S. citizens and all other names like African American, white, and all of, the list goes on. That it was that party. And I did we talked about Pitchfork Ben Tillman, founder of Clemson University, how racist he was, and he talked about killing people if they were going to vote Republican, or they were going to vote if they didn't vote either Democrat or didn't show up at all, they were going to be shot dead. And they did kill people who were Republicans. I'm telling you, your ancestors were Republicans. They were never Democrats. So this whole Democrat, the history is right in your face, because they called the Democrats back during the Civil Rights Movement, when they switched parties, before they switched parties to the Republican Party, Dixiecrats. Strom Thurmond was a Democrat. Big racist. Big time racist. But somehow we align with these political parties, Democrats, Republicans, like as if they're gonna do something for our people. They don't do anything. Never have, never will. So why do y'all keep beating the dead horse? We need, if I know me, if I'm in a situation where I see people don't care about me, they're not taking care of my needs, what do? I pick up and I take care of my own business. See, my success comes solely off of me believing in myself, that I don't need some system to make me successful. I don't need some guy in the office to make me successful. That's where my success comes from. It doesn't come from a voting booth like they want you to believe. We keep getting the same results. They were shooting young brothers back in the day, and they're still doing it now. We got organizations that's been around forever talking about this, and nothing has really changed. But, yes, things have changed. Now they're going after the sisters. Now after they done, they got us, the brothers. Now we want the sisters. You see them on camera, young girls being dragged and thrown to the ground. I remember my son, when he was in high school, one of his fellow classmates that was in South Carolina, the school, Spring Valley High School, threw the young girl to the ground, and she was having a hard time. She just lost her mother. Of course, she's got an attitude. She's depressed. But see, they don't give our children the opportunity to express themselves. They get shut down. So why do you keep expecting a system, especially a system that's based off a Prussian system, that's really teaching you how to be a slave on all levels? You know, you're gonna have your high price slaves and you're gonna have your low price slaves, but it's all slavery. People don't like that word, but if I have to get up and if I don't go to that job, that's servitude, okay? AKA slavery. I mean, I know some of you guys don't like that term being used on you. Slavery hasn't been abolished. It's just transformed into to a voluntary system now. you sign up to be a slave now. Okay? Let's be real with ourselves, all right? Let's look at what is real. You sign up to be a slave now. You sign the dotted line. Yeah, I'll take this money for this. I'll work for you for this amount of money. And the whole education system is teaching you to work for people. What is it? Get a good education so you can get a job and get your 401k and retire. Right. And put your money in the system and keep it there for 20, 30 years. And then live off of that. Whatever little extra you made off of that. Yeah, you could possibly be a millionaire. Possibly. Most people don't. Be a millionaire off your 401k in 20, 30 years. And the people are really, hold on. Y'all gotta see me. People are really gung-ho for this type of system, this crappy setup. Yeah, put your money in the 401k, 20, 30 years, you might have a couple millions or so, and you can retire and live off of that. Now, let's think of that bullshit, right? Let's think of this. I take in every month, put my money into this system, right? Over time. And if I try to take it out, they penalize me for getting my own fucking money out, right? But what are they doing with the money while it's sitting in there? What are they doing with you? They get to use your money and build extreme wealth off of it while you're sitting to wait for your little crumbs 20, 30, some years from now. Huh? The real wealthy are not doing that. They're not living on the guy who owned that company is not thinking about a 401k. How is that logical to anyone? When I could take the little bit of money that I plan to put on the 401k and look for ways to increase that money now, where I'm not penalized. Buying assets now like property. The big thing now is cryptocurrency. This year, this is going to be one of the biggest years where transformational wealth will be built here. Where people will go from nothing to something this year. Why do those people go from something to nothing? Is because they believe that they can do it now, not later, not 20, 30 years ago while you're putting your little hard-earned money that you slaved for away. I'm not saying not to put money away. No, what I'm saying, you can't let that be your only ace. You can't allow that. You can't. That just doesn't make sense. And people, this is what they're banking on. So, but you 401k, that stock market crash, your portfolio lose value. And the studies have shown that people at the end of retirement basically get out what they put in, or they lose a little because of the ups and downs in markets. You don't think they manipulate that stuff? I mean, the big banks can see what trades are going in and what's, they can see that. They see the back end. You don't. See, we've been sold a bill of garbage to live by. This is why we don't get ahead, because we believe that the people, these small group of people, have our best interests in mind. They don't. They don't care about you. They're living. They're making deals. Their bank account is large and telling you, here's your $1,400. And everybody, and you jumping up and down for that little bit of change, chump change. I don't give a damn about $1,400. That's not a lot of money. That's pennies to me. And it should be pennies to you. You should be looking for millions of dollars. Millions. If you want to call in and ask questions, whatever, and get in my prosperity book so that you could be wealthy now, call in 563-999-3615. And you'll be on the air live. Call in. Yeah, you got to take back control. So let's go back. Let me go back. I had to all right, so we get the idea. I'm not going to read all of this. United States, how they did it, but you see the dates here. So let me go to what I really want to show you guys. See, 1891, 1880. So I'm looking at this guy's channel, right? And here's his channel here. You guys should check him out. Very good. I love this guy's channel. And the way he breaks this down. This is the Reset Passport False History Revealed. This is he's talking about the World Fair, the Chicago World Fair, right? He's talking about, and you see all these people here at the fair all congregated together like they're looking to get in somewhere. Like they, like they just arrived here. Watch the video, you'll get the point. They just arrived here, and then you had all these megalithic structures that were at the World Fair around it. See, let me give you an image of the Chicago World Fair. Here it is. This is the Chicago World Fair. These are images of it. This is all of these here. Acres, like I think a few hundred acres of land. They claim they took a year to build all of this stuff here. They took a year to build this stuff. These megalithic statues, these buildings. And I want you to pay attention to the buildings, like how they're structured, how they're designed. I don't believe nothing they say. You can't tell me you built this stuff in a year. I'm trying to get a bigger image of this thing. This is the World Columbian Exposition here. And it was the World's Columbian Exposition, the official short name World's Fair Columbian Exposition, also known as the Chicago World's Fair, was a World's Fair held in Chicago in 1893 to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus' arrival in the New World in 1492. So they said they did these World Fairs to celebrate Christopher Columbus' arrival. The terrorist, Christopher Columbus. That's what I call him, right? And they claim they built all of this stuff here. Let's make it bigger. They built all of this stuff here in 1 year for this fair. They got water, aqueducts, everything. They had an electric train, like electric walkway. 1893. Now, I showed you when the Prussian system started around it started early, and in 1890s, these different places started to adopt this system of education. Let's go back to this video again. Let's go back here. See all of these people here? They're not from here. They're not from the Americas. They're not from Chicago. They were just getting there. Because there's another scene here where they're on a train, like all congregated. Look like something you would see that I've seen. See if we can get back. See all of them on this little trolley here? Like they're arriving here. See this? Like they are transplanted, like some type of migration into this country. I'm not telling you what to think, but it's fishy, right? All right, let's go back to the Chicago World Fair. Where was that big image I had? Here it is. They built these look at these buildings. Look at the architecture. I mean, it's stunning. Look at this. Boats, look at this. This doesn't look like it's something from here. You've never seen it. And then after all of this, they tore it all down. And guess what? There's still remnants of it, like the Ferris wheel remnants for the one in New York in Flushing Meadows Park. And I remember when I was a kid, oh, that was from the World Fair they had here. And, you know, you heard stories. And I can guarantee you that was the re-education of us. They were re-educated, getting us to believe in these false narratives, right? You telling me you built this? Look at this here. You telling me it would take a year to build this by itself. And you telling me you built all of this? Come on. Come on. That's insulting my intelligence. Let's look at some more. And then look at some of the buildings individually. Look at this building here. This is supposed to be the Palace of Mechanic Arts, 1893, World Columbian. Come on, y'all. Don't that look familiar? That looks like an Egyptian, something you see in Egypt or some Moorish see the Moorish architecture here? All of this is Moorish architecture. And I'm going to prove it to you in a second. I just want you to see, they claim they built all of this stuff here in 1 year for this fair. And look at how small the people are compared to the size of these buildings. I mean, y'all getting my point here? Are y'all getting it? You know, hang on, my camera. There we go. There we go. Acting funky. They trying to play games with y'all. They don't want y'all to know anything. All right, look at this. This is 1 year they built this. This is amazing. And you telling me all this amazing architect. And here's the thing. They're not building buildings like that today. Why don't they build stuff with this detail of architecture? Hang on. I want to this detail of architecture that they got here, right? I mean, it's got, you know, let's see. Let's get close up on this damn thing. Look at the detail in there. Look at this. Look at that. They got chariots, lions. I mean, little bridge. I mean, this is just, I mean, I would love to see this today. And you're telling me that they were so advanced, they built this in a year, and here's the crazy thing. They're not building nothing like this now. Why? You know what money this is to take to build this? Look at this doorway. Who's walking through a doorway that big? Huh? Remember they talked about the Nephilim and the giants? Maybe they walked the earth not too long ago. Maybe this whole, I'm just throwing some ideas out there, you know. But all right, let's go on to something. Let's go. Let's see. Let's try to find one more. There's one more building I want you guys to get a close up look at. Let's see. I mean, it's just amazing how they got this. That's the Ferris wheel. Look at this Ferris wheel. Look how big this damn thing is. And this is the 1890s. Come on, man. They're trying to play us, man. They're playing us like we're idiots. Look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. Oh, this is just a photo. I hate it when they do that. I want to make this big. This is one of the buildings. I forgot, they don't give you the name of this building here. But look at the detail. You telling me you did that in a year? Come on. You playing, and they called this the White City, you know, for that time. That's what they say. There's another building I want you guys, this one here, get a close up at. This was what was the name of this book, this building? They're not giving me that one. See this building? Come on. The dome on top almost looked something like the White House or something. Look at this. See the Masonic symbols all over the place. You know. Somebody said, let's see what the comments are saying. They sell us that 30-year dream so they have a slave for 30 years. That's right. You're right about that. So, all right, let's go on. So I went around and I checked other places. This is the World Fair in Paris. Same type of stuff, man. Look at these structures. They claim they tore down. Only thing left from the one in Paris is the Eiffel Tower. They built that there. Eiffel Tower. You telling me? And these are all, look at the design of these buildings. See, why aren't they educating us on, on this stuff? Why? Why not? Why is this news to a lot of us? This is why they're not telling us this. Why did they tear all of this stuff down? Why? I'll tell you why, which I believe, because it goes back to your ancient history. It tells the truth about your past that they don't want you to know. Right? So I did a little search, right? Moroccan, I did Moorish architecture. Here's Moorish architecture. See, look at that brother right there. See, with a cross. Look at that. What is that? They got a cross on them and the red thing, and that looks. I didn't really check that out. I have to look at that. See, the buildings are almost similar in design. This is all Moorish architecture here in different places. All right. So I also did Moroccan architecture. Did that too. Same stuff. Designs, big doorways, some deviations in some of these designs here. All right. Now, I said Egyptian. You see, they're starting to see there's a connection, right? Look at this megalithic doorway here. Look at that. See the connection. They're all connected. All of this stuff is linked. All of these designs are linked. There's something they're not telling us about our past, right? So I went, the Bronx Zoo, if you're from New York, is a great place to visit. It's like I think it's the world's largest zoo. Maybe it was at one time. Not sure. Can't remember. Haven't really looked that up to make sure that's correct. Don't quote me on that. So I wanted to see some buildings that in New York, I know they have Moorish designs, right? Moorish backgrounds. All of your courtrooms, you go in there, you see the designs, especially the Bronx Supreme Court building. You see Moorish designs all over it. You just didn't know it was Moorish designs. So let's click that. So tell me, this is the Bronx Zoo here. This is into the Bronx Zoo. These are buildings in the Bronx Zoo. This is the Monkey House. Come on. Don't that look a lot like those buildings that they at the World's Fair? I just want to get a good shot of it. So you can see. This is the Bronx Zoo, part of the structures. So many images. This is one of the images on the building with that serpent around the staff that you see in doctors keep that. And plus it was on the old dime as well. Bronx Zoo. Here, look at that. Look at that image. That's the Bronx Zoo. Come on, man. Don't give me no Pinterest. Let's go back to that and just enlarge it. What is that structure? This looks like repurposing. Or maybe it was always like that. Look at that. Isn't that's Moorish architecture there, right at the Bronx Zoo. If you're ever in New York, go visit. Great place. Let's see. There's another building in there. I think it's the Lion's House. Let's drink this down. This is the monkey, but they all have this somewhat pyramid on top of them. There's another building. Come on, show me this building. Okay, I think it's this one. I mean, what kind of? This is the monkey house. Look how it's built. Now in New York, they have a lot of buildings with this design all over the place. So you got the World Fair with those buildings, and you got the Bronx Zoo. It seems to me like they built that zoo there to cover up some history. Distraction is to go look at the animals. So I think there's one more thing I wanted to show. That was Paris, Chicago. Okay, here's some other designs. This is Pavilion of India. Now look at that. Look at all those dark people there, That's all these buildings have the same structure, basic, the dome here on the top. All of them. And this is a little page I found. You can read up on the history of the Bronx Zoo. Yeah, here's the other building. There's some Bronx Zoo. This is a better shot of some of these buildings that they have. The Eagles sculpture at the Bronx Zoo. Look at all of these buildings. Look at this statue. That's an odd looking statue. Come on. There you go. All right, y'all get the point. Go look this stuff up. You'll see. Your history is all around you. You just got to open your eyes and look. Get your heads out of them fake textbooks and look around you. You'll see your history. All right. We got someone on the line who wants to ask a question or give a comment or get in the book, whatever. But let's check out who's in the chat. Okay, we got JG, peace, DJB Thunder, Karen Israel, peace, Antonio L, Terrence Woods, peace, and Maxim Moore, always in there. Jamie Lee, another avid listener. DJB Thunder again, yep. Another avid listener, Yelik L. Who else? Pitchford Robert. Yes, what's up? Peace. All right, there you have it. That's what I wanted to show y'all today. Show y'all. Go check out y'all history. Go check it out. Okay? All right, let's get the callers. Let's see. Hey, let's see. I see a familiar number here. Let's go. Hello. Hi. 919-948. 919-948. Hello. Greetings.
Yes. Hi, Akeem.
Hi. Beth, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, it's interesting that you're talking about the Prussian system. That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many people I feel that complain about the public school system and how it is, but like you said, they don't want to really do anything about it.
No.
I hear a lot of people blaming the children, they blame the teachers, but they're not really seeing the system for what it is, which you said it's a factory model education system.
Teaching you how to work for people.
This is why many of our kids, many of our kids are not going to become successful because how they're learning, and they're learning how to follow directions. Yeah, they're learning that their voice and perspective doesn't even matter.
Right.
But they're just learning how to be factory workers.
Right. You're absolutely
So,
correct. Right.
yeah.
That's why we don't see the truth in plain sight, because we're so fixed on what they wrote in a textbook that we got the history staring us right in the face, telling us who was here,
right.
and things like that. But we rather believe what some guy who was paid to write a book to give you a perspective on what they want you to know is truth.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I don't know if you knew this, but Finland is rated the best education system in the world. And do you know why?
I would guess that they allow the children to think for themselves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they also, there's no standardized testing.
Right.
No standardized testing. So they assess them on an individual basis, and they focus more on cooperation and not competition.
Right.
Because in our school system and our culture, like in general, we focus more on competing with each other.
Right. They make it a contest. Who's got the A's? And if you got the A's, you get into honor classes and all of that stuff. You get rewarded, and that's that's a sham too. Because a kid get an honor class, they give them more work, harder work. They work them to death. Like on stuff that they're never gonna use when they leave school. Yeah, that's a sham.
It really is so silly. And it's, when you think about that whole competition, I think that's why a lot of our relationships fail.
Right.
Here, our people don't even last in marriages. But in places like Sweden, family is very important.
Right. Yeah, well,
learning how to cooperate with one another, that's important.
They're more concerned with people identifying what sex they want to be when they, before they even come out of the womb. That's the stuff they're focusing on. Yeah.
Right.
Well, thanks for the input.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to share.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bit
what do you think about those? Were you watching it on? Oh, by the way, I'm on YouTube, everybody, if you didn't know. If you're on Blog Talk, we're on YouTube. Email. What do you think about those pictures I was showing of the Bronx Zoo? You've been to the Bronx Zoo before, right?
Yeah, I've been to and it's funny because I never really paid that close attention.
Not to the building. You were so looking for the animals. You didn't care about the buildings.
Right.
Now I'm looking. I said, I don't remember these buildings. I remember the buildings, but I didn't remember the structure. The architecture is like amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Like for a zoo.
Yeah, the pictures were beautiful.
Right.
Right.
All right. Yeah, thanks.
I thought the pictures were beautiful.
All right.
Okay, Akeem.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. We had somebody with their hand up, but they're not there anymore. I lost them. Well, anybody else want to call in? 563-999. Oh, there it is. He's back. Because once I get the last caller, that's it. If you want to get in my book, y'all don't have any aspirations going on? Come on now. I know y'all want some stuff. 410-913.
Peace of the gods. What's up, Akeem?
Peace of the God. What's going on?
Man,
a whole lot.
Well, I'm already in the book. I'm in the book from
last
all
right, cool.
I got a crazy question that's going to take you back about money.
About money?
I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Dealing with a case where we ain't talking about bad things, all good things. Talking about this case that I'm about to win in a little bit in the future, that I am going to win in the future. So I have a question with the legal tender. I can't find the verbiage that they used on the Treasury saying it was basically nothing. I mean,
that's easy. Just type in legal tender and it'll pull up the law.
I was looking for, man. I found one, but
it's only worth what it can buy. So that's it. I don't know it offhand. That's one of those things I have in the archive somewhere.
Yeah, and that's where it's at. It's built in mine, and I can't pull it for nothing right now. But you just brought it back to me when you was talking about the slaves term. I said, oh man, I forgot all about that in my response.
Right.
But that's all I really had, man. I was hoping it was close to you when you brought that up.
I know what you're talking about, but it was a show I did like 3-4 years ago. I can't remember the actual. I know if you go to the not the Treasury site. Is it the Treasury site? Is one of the I think it's the Department of Treasury website. They talk about legal tender and give you that law.
Right.
They talk about it.
That's cool.
There, and they did. That's really where I was reading from, was their website telling you that money is
exactly what it was.
It ain't real. It's not backed by anything. It's not worth anything. It's just paper. And the only reason why it's worth anything because someone said 31 USC 5103.
5103. Yeah, that's what I just read. But it's the verbiage ain't what I was used to seeing. That's
you have to go to the Treasury website because that's where they talk about legal tender. At the Treasury website. And tell you what is did you do what is legal tender worth?
I just did.
And that's
okay.
Legal, you have to use that term. You have to financial blah blah blah, and then look for legal tender anything recognized by law. Treasury.gov right there. It pulled it right on up, bro.
Yeah.
I thought the United States currency was legal tender. Some businesses are going to say they will only accept checks, money orders, and others will only accept credit to pertinent. What are Federal Reserve's holiday? This is it. This is the information right here.
Okay.
Let me share my screen again. This is it right here. This is the actual resource I was reading from. You just type that question. Somebody he put 5103 legal, which states United States coins, including blah blah blah. But that doesn't say what it says there. It has a bunch of questions. Right. What are the United States and how are they different from Federal Reserve notes? United States characterized by a red seal. And it goes on and on. This is the page. You might have to do a little more digging because the exact verbiage that I read. The Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold and silver or any other commodity and receive no backing by anything. This has been the case since 1933.
There we go.
The notes have no value for themselves, but for what they will buy. In another sense, because they are legal tender, Federal Reserve notes are backed by all goods and services in the economy. So all you can do is use it for what people will sell you something.
So basically, I put my value on it.
But let's see how crazy that is. You go to another country and they don't want their Federal Reserve notes, they could say no.
Right.
You see? So they're only worth what someone willing to accept. That's it. So if they change the money system, which they will, which they have already done it, they've already done it. We've already the reset has happened. And that's what I was showing y'all when I was showing all of these pictures. The reset happened. That was a reset. They went from one way of life to another, and they brainwashed everybody into thinking that they did these under the guise of a world fair. They just had their one last hurrah around the world, and then they tore down the old system and started a new one. Okay? That's what happened.
Yes,
they tore it down. And they doing it again. Through what? See, all of these people, I'm getting in cryptocurrency because it's private. It's this and that. Bull. It was the bait. It was the bait to make us go digital. And they ran for all of the so-called government naysayers who was so opposed to the government, went for this crypto money and they allowed them to make money, really good money out of it. And I'm telling you, after this year, it's not going to be the same. They're going to control it so hard that it'll be like stocks. It's going to take you years to make money. Watch. But this is the year, because all of the big guys are jumping in. Boom, 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 boom. And it's going, if you're not in it now, next year may be too late. Okay? So I'm telling y'all, it's not too late. Get in and then get out. Because once they get in and do their thing, they may crash it like they do the stock market. They try to say that's not, they don't, that's not manipulated. And then they go, we're hanging by a thread right now. All of this printing money, they done print billions of trillions of dollars over the last year. And it's backed by nothing.
Nothing but air.
Right. So what do you think that does? It makes the dollar worth even less than what it was, which was nothing. Less. Negative. You call negative inflation. But let me go. All right.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, peace. Safe. All right. Yeah. Somebody else wants to get in on the 914-920. Peace.
Peace. What's up, Arcane?
Hey, what's going on?
Mr. Caldo.
Hey, peace.
What's going on, bro? Yeah, always good contact, bro. You know, I'm always listening.
Thanks.
Oh, one thing from the meeting, I'm at my second job right now, so that's why I haven't called you yet. But I'll get with you after this, and we'll set something up.
All right.
Second thing is, I got a theory on this whole immigration thing, just based on what you're saying about the money.
Right.
I don't believe anybody who can walk here is what they call an immigrant or whatever. They're Americans, they can walk here.
Well, that is the Americans over there.
Exactly. They're Americans, they can walk here. Right? So the thing is, I think they're letting them all in because of just what you just said. They printed what are we up to, like $4 trillion? Like they can actually count that. They actually said that they're giving out. And what backs the currency? The people, in quotation marks, right? Yep. So they got to make some new people.
Yeah, they got to get some spending going. They got to get some money into the economy.
Yeah.
See, listen, they can talk about immigration all at once or illegal immigration, but illegal immigration helps the economy.
Right.
Because you got people in here, and most of those people are using cash. They're not using They're using cash. They're circulating the cash. See, a lot of your bigwigs are holding on to cash, and a lot of them are not even holding. They're turning their cash into silver and gold. So if you got cash, right, and you know it's not worth anything, but I could buy something that is worth something with it, like gold and silver,
right,
or an asset. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't hold on to the actual money because it's once that dollar becomes nothing, you can't do anything with it. But if you hold in an asset instead of that, you're doing good. That's a wise choice. So anybody's holding thousands of dollars in cash, I'm not saying you better have it diversified. Cryptos, some precious metals, and some cash, because you never know when you need a little cash to do something with. But
right.
But a lot of the big guys were getting rid of cash and converting that cash into
Warren
tangible
Buffett,
assets.
Like 2 years ago, he had $1 billion he was trying to get rid of.
Yeah,
he said that Warren Buffett said he had $1 billion in cash that he was trying to get rid of.
Right, because they see something happening already, that we are not being taught what's happening.
Right. And he said this like 2-3 years ago. I remember him saying that specifically.
Yeah, and all of them are doing it. And then they're buying cryptos. The same people that hated on cryptos are buying cryptos now.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So, yeah, cryptos is. I mean, this is it. This is it. Make that money, because things, cryptos I bought at 9 cents last year, $1.40 right now. Where are you going to get those returns? You're not going to get that type of return in the 401k in a year.
Right.
You
Absolutely
see?
not. Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So you got Bitcoin went up to 63, hit 63,000 today.
Yeah,
I have a lot of cryptos I bought, at 3 cents, 14 cents right now. That don't sound like a lot of money to people. 14 cents, that's not a lot. It's a lot when you bought it at 3 cents and you holding about 50,000 of those coins.
3,000 shares.
Right.
Yeah. You hold about 10,000 shares, it's a lot of money.
Right. If it hit a dollar, that's 10 grand. And you only put, a couple of $100 in there.
Right.
A
couple $100.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's a great return. 14, from 3 cents to 14 cents. Any type of growth is a good thing. So what I do is
reset is happening.
I think the reset is done. It's here. You just what it is done. Yeah, we just haven't seen all of the full extent of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who said?
I agree with you.
We just said silver at 5K per ounce. Where's that at? Are you serious? Or you just jacking? Not what? No, can't be. Silver is not 5K an ounce.
5K an ounce.
Dude,
not yet.
That means I'm doing. I'm getting off this line.
Yeah, I wish it would, because I'll be. I'm a millionaire right now. If that's true.
I'm like, yo, I see y'all later. Let's see.
Not yet. It ain't there yet, but once
it ain't there yet. No.
My theory is once they go
it's about $30, $35.
They're gonna need the silver and the gold to lay that.
Yeah,
most of the electronics. So
I think he might have mistyped that. He typed that. He mistyped that. Oh, there's a lot of people hoping that it'll go to 5K an ounce. That's just the hope, but it's not there yet. If it went to 5K an ounce, it would bankrupt a lot of your big players in the silver market, because what they did was they bet on it going the other way, and they don't own that silver. So they, bet contracts. They basically got a contract and a lot of money on the negative side of silver. Right.
And they're making a little bit over price.
That means if that's the case, they would have to give up all that silver that they don't even own. See, the banks fronted them the money to hold those positions. You see? So that would definitely transform wealth in this country if that was to happen. But I don't see it happening anytime soon. Right now it's it's a little better than when I bought it. I bought it around 20. Now it's around 30 something, 40, an ounce.
Yeah, I think I bought it at 20. I think I bought it at 25 or 26.
Yeah. That's a little bit of return. Not worth. Yeah. Not worth running it down. Wait a minute. I'm looking at some of these prices.
You're talking about money. Now they did something to your screen. Your screen is off. It's black. So,
It's black. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. I'll get it back. It should be back on. They love doing that to me. There you go.
Yeah. That's when you're talking something. So, keep it up.
He saw the ratio. He's saying the ratio dollar to. Oh, I see what he's saying. He's looking at the dollar to silver ratio is 5. Yeah, that's.
Right. Yeah,
he's looking at the ratio.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's because I'm about to say, hold up.
Projections. Yeah, that's the projection once they get rid of this dollar.
He said SRP will hit $3. I agree, because it's at $1. XRP, that's a cryptocurrency. That's the one that was in trouble with the SEC, and everybody bailed on it. I didn't bail. It's $1.83 right now. Yeah. So I bought it when it was. I could tell you when I bought it. When it was like, let's see.
I remember when you was talking about it. It was like 9 cents.
Yes, I bought it last year. Around this time, it was around 19 cents, maybe a little cheaper.
Like that.
Now it's
I know it was low
$1.83.
when you was talking about it.
It's $1.83 right now. If you know what I'm saying, it's $1.83. That's a good return. You're not getting those returns in the stock market. Okay, not getting those returns. So, yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for the information, the input.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah,
appreciate
like
you
I said,
too.
I'll hit you an email and try to set something up with you about the job thing.
Yeah. We need to get together on that. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
peace.
I got some new paperwork today, so I'll get that to you. But it'll be after the show.
All right, peace.
All right. Thank you.
All the cryptos are doing very well, man. I bought Binance coin at 300. Now it's like 560, something like that. Just the other day, I bought it like 2 days ago, and it just went up 566. They're speculating on that going to 1,000. So I'm gonna hold out a little bit longer. I won on it already, you know. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Truth Tuesday show. Remember, we have the Divine Connection show that's on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we have the Raising Independent Thinkers show on 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays. And then we have tomorrow Solomon's Temple show. And that's it. All right. You guys have a good night. Peace.